Good evening, everyone. Stephen here from Vanguard Tactics. Hope you guys are doing well. So it's my mission to help you become a better 40k gamer, and during every single day that we are on lockdown, I go live at 6 o'clock, although I am a little bit late today. It's 7 minutes past 6, so I do apologize. I got a little bit wrapped up in the editing that I was doing and just completely lost track of time, and I was like, no, it's 6 o'clock. So anyway, I'm here, it's 6-ish and I'm live. So if you have any 40k related questions, then please pop it in the chat. And I thought, you know what, let's have a little bit of a look at some Gene Stealer cult today. So we might look at this in some different segments, but yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a deep dive. We can have a little look at what Psychic Awakening brought the Gene Stealer cult, and we'll probably tackle NIDS at another time. But let's be honest, guys, we have got loads of content to talk about and loads of days to do it. So yeah, and obviously, as you know, any questions you ever get, let me know. So who have we got in the chat? Jack, how you doing? Primali, Wayne, David, Dave, Simon, Sam. Yeah, I had a shave. Yes, I shaved. Just starting to look a bit, bit straggly, yeah, for sure. Hair is very long though. Look at that. That is long for me. I normally get my hair cut every year. It grow thick than thin. So, you know, anyway, yeah, I normally get it cut every 3 weeks. So I messaged my hairdresser today. I was like, right, as soon as you're open, get me a spot and just tell me when to turn up because I need a haircut. And you can already notice a few grays. Look at that. Anyway, so that's why the hat is on. There we go, look. The hat is on. So who have we got here? Brian, stop messaging me at 6 o'clock. I don't want to know anything at 6 o'clock. I've got to go live, so stop messaging me. Yeah, Joaquin, that's it. Stephen Carpenter, hello, Stephen. Should have been working while supervising my kid, but I've been distracted making an Ultramarines army. That might get Stephen Box seal a box of approval for Thursday. Good man, I like it. Love it. Henrik, hey there, Stephen. All the lads are here. Sam, my fiance gave me a haircut the other day. Feeling fresh now. Does she know what she's doing though? Yeah, my sister did offer to cut my hair, but no chance. I'd rather take my chances with the garden shears. I think doing it myself. Just anyway, so JP with Salamanders, I feel the gun lines are a tough opponent. So with ITC, what would be the best secondaries to choose? I don't know your list inside out, so I have to have a real look at that, and it completely depends against your opponent as well. But typically there's like one normal go-to option. Yeah. What's a good start into a Gene Stealer army? Any chance to run them pure? Which units am I obliged to have? Okay, cool. So we're going to dive into some Gene Stealer cult. Now, I kind of started to throw some units out, so I'm going to go over my Gene Stealer cult list, and then we can see if I can improve it in any way. So bear in mind, what we'll do one day as well is I will go over how I write lists basically. So what I'm thinking when I'm going through different unit choices and stuff like that. So where is my, oh dear. All right. Oh, that's it. I just put a detachment of NIDS in. So I'm going to remove this detachment of NIDS. Get rid of that. I'm going to favorite that. Cool. So we're going to go for a pure NID detachment, or pure Gene Stealer cult detachment, sorry. There we have it. So here we go. We've got 6 HQs. Now bear in mind, this isn't in any sort of particular order, but I'd probably run this in 3 battalions, okay? So we've got 6 HQ choices and we've got 9 troop options, okay? We've then got 4 elites and then 1 fast attack. That's currently where the list is sitting at the moment. I've got an Abominant, an Icon, an Acolyte Icon Ward, a Jackal Alphas, a Magus, Patriarch, and a Primus. They're my 6 HQs. We've then got a unit of 50 13. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. 13. We've got a unit of 14 acolytes with 1, 2, 3, 4 rock swords per unit, and we've got that times 2, 3 acolyte hybrid units of 14 man with 4 rock swords per unit. We've then got 1, 2, 3 units of Brood Brother infantry, and then we've got 20 acolytes with the flamers, hand flamers, and then we've got 2 squads of neophyte hybrids, and they've got 2 mining lasers per squad. Okay, now them I'm not sure of, but anyway, we're going to go with it so far. Now, what else? We then have in the elite section, we have got 10 aberrants with 8 rending claws and power picks and 2 improvised weapons, and then we've got the Clamavus, Kelemorph, Sanctus, and then we've got a unit of 5 Jackal Alphas, and we've got demolition charges there. Okay, and basically what we're going to be doing is really utilizing some of the vigilist attachments that are out there to really buff up those hybrids to get them with +1 to wound and stuff like that. I think I've got that here. Vigilist Defiant. So we're looking for the Anointed Throne detachment, I think. Could be wrong. Could have just misspoke. Yeah, I misspoke. We're looking for the Deliverance Brood Surge, okay? Now, we've got here, for 1 CP, you get this detachment. And basically, all of the acolytes are going to be in this one, okay? All the acolyte hybrids, maybe apart from the Flamer Bomb. The Flamer Bomb doesn't need to be in this one. So the 3 units with the rock swords are going in this detachment, along with the Icon Ward, yeah, and possibly the Primus. So the Primus and the Icon Ward are going to go in this detachment. And 1 CP, use the stratagem at the start of your fight phase, pick a Deliverance Brood Sword unit from the army who charge, add 1 to the wound rolls. So pretty much your rock swords are wounding on 2s against most things, okay? So that's what we're going to be rolling with for them. And then we've got some other thing for a truck. We're not going to do that. Now, we're going to also probably go for this one here. You can reroll advance rolls and charge rolls for friendly Deliverance Brood Surge within 6 of that Warlord. So reroll charges is absolute key. Okay, so we're going to be getting that. Yeah. Now, this isn't bad, but I don't think we really need it. +1 leadership to friendly cult units within 6. In addition, once per battle at the start of the fight phase, you can pick a Genestealer infantry model from your army, add 2 to that model's attacks and characteristics until the end of your phase. I don't really think we need that one, but I think we'll spend relics elsewhere. Okay. So, really good Brood Surge. We're definitely taking that on those acolytes, all right? We've then got the ability to come in 3 inches away and just flame a death, okay? Now, there's a really good Warlord trait in the Genestealer Cult book that we're probably going to combo with, all right? Now, and bear in mind, obviously on the masterclass, I'm going to do a full deep dive review of all the Genestealer Cult abilities, everything, so you can kind of see it all together, because at the moment I'm just kind of throwing you some random information to think about, have a play with, okay? But we'll have a little quick look. Here we go, the Genestealer Cult. So really good Warlord trait, and it's from the Bladed Cog, okay? After deployment, but before the first battle round begins, select 1 unit from your opponent's army. You can reroll wound rolls for attacks made by friendly Bladed Cog units whilst they are within 6 of your Warlord. Okay, so that means you can bring down this Warlord from the Bladed Cog. He comes down, Flamer Bomb comes down, Neophytes come down, and this is Bladed Cog, not. We'll probably go for another one with the Acolytes. So the Acolyte hybrids are in one. This is in another. May even put this on the Patriarch, to be honest. So he's bombing it forward, and he's got his 2 little friends nearby, which are the the neophytes with the mining lasers. So you've got 4 mining laser shots, which are re-rolling wounds. You've got the flamer bomb, which is re-rolling wounds, all at that one target. Okay, so we're going to pick something and just hopefully delete it with weight of shots. So we're not going to take down a tank with this. We're probably going to take down some sort of like infantry unit, like, I don't know, 10 intercessors or something, like a unit that you just need to get rid of. We're going to hammer it with volume. Okay, volume. We're going to, use weight of fire and the mining lasers to pack a bit of a punch, and we're going to do that job. Okay, so that's going to be another cheeky punch we're going to throw up with the Jekyll Alphas. We can go for this one where every single model. Okay, use this stratagem before a rusted claw biker unit from your army shoots in the shooting phase until the end of the phase. Add 1 to the hit and wound rolls for grenade weapons. Okay, after this is resolved or it's shooting attacks, it can immediately make a move. Now you can't do that if you came down that turn, but then what you can do, and that's 1 CP, and then you can combine that with extra explosives, so all of your grenades can fire. So you can throw 5 demolition charges off. You're getting +1 to hit from this, and also the Jackal Alphas, I believe, gives you, because he's going to be in this Rusted Claw, so we're probably going to Rusted Claw, a triple helix, and then we're going to run a Rusted Cog detachment. Okay, so they're going to be our 3 battalions we're going to go with. And this one's probably going to have the, this one I'm talking about now is probably just going to have the Brood Brothers in. Okay, so at the start of the shooting phase, select an enemy unit that is within 36 until the end of the phase. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by cult units that target enemy units whilst they are within 6. The boy needs to move up. Demolitions drop down or move forward. If they're within 12 of this guy, you get +1 to hit as well. So now you're hitting on 2s with those demolitions. And just to put it into some sort of perspective, these demolition charges are ridiculous. So I'm going to read out what these guys do, and you're going to see how powerful they are for just 100 points. I may even be tempted to chuck a couple of more in. And sometimes the reroll wounds is nice as well, but having the +1 to wounds, you could use it in that detachment if you needed to free up that detachment in, but that's only once per game, whereas this stratagem can be used every turn if you did have 3 different units. Now it's grenade 6, strength 8 -3 D3 damage. Okay, so you're looking at if you've got 5 in a squad, the average is 3.5 shots times by 5. You're looking at about 17 shots. On the lower end, so you got 17 shots. You're hitting on 2s, so that's like 15 hits, something like that. And then you're pretty much wounding most things on 2s as well, because your strength 8, unless you're fighting a knight, which would be you're wounding on 3s, -3. You're going to go for any armor, and it's D3 damage, so it's going to do a good. That's another cheeky punch you got right there as well. So yeah, loads of good stuff from the Gene Stealer cult. And basically the Gene Stealers need to make sure that they're trading well, wrapping and trapping, tagging, and obviously that we haven't even spoke about the aberrants, because whatever they hit, they will just go through, right? Unreal. And if you put them in the Anointed Throne detachment, there's an amazing stratagem here which allows you to use this at the start of the fight phase. Pick a aberrant unit for an Anointed Throne unit from your army until the end of that phase. When a model is slain but it's not before it's removed, you basically pile in and fight, even if it's fought that turn. How good is that? So they're now basically, it's the same ability as Paladins, it's the same ability as Wolfen, so powerful, and yeah, really hits home, hits them where it hurts, you see. So there's some good little cheeky combos in there, cheeky combos. And I think there's some okay stuff from Psychic Awakening. I haven't looked at it, but I don't even really think you need it, because currently that's a pretty good setup, I think. Yeah. So what have we got here? What questions have we got? So hopefully that gives you a bit of an overview. I've thrown some ideas in terms of a list, units you might need. Anyway, so there we go. Anthony said, hey, Stephen, just picked up Blood Angels after a GT and an RTT as a Chaos Knight Discord list. Playing your 2,000 point list built around buffing units, and has been an absolute blast and nice change of pace. Loving it, mate. Good man, good man. So finally caught you live. No question, just wanted to say thanks. You're keeping me sane as my play of Blood Angels. Mate, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. And thanks for your comment as well. It really means a lot. Brian said, tank commanders are a great ally, especially with the new ace ability. And I'm not sure if they get aces. I don't know, but check that because there's some things you cannot get as Gene Stealer Colt, okay? So just check that. But if so, tank aces are great. So Stephen said Stephen Box's office is more intel on the Xenos than Gulliman strategy planning rooms. Well, I mean, some say there's another Primarch alive, you know, just saying. Anyway, so, God, I look really tired today, don't I? I didn't sleep very well. Didn't sleep. And, yeah, just did not sleep well. So, here we go. Is there a Blood Angel Master class available on the mentorship? Not yet, but it is in development. And wow, I've got some quality content. So me and Mark yesterday, we planned out all of the content. I just need to film it all and then edit it all. So yeah, I'm trying to get quicker at editing. I'll be honest. Sometimes it's a real slog, you know, it really is, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I've spent all day on this one that I've been working on, plus another like 4 hours into it as well. So it's not, and then I've got obviously videos to do for the mentorship, the podcast. Yeah. Free desk over there where we could have 2 to 3 editors. Just that's what we need. Yeah. By the way, how cool is my water bottle? Yeah. This is a piece of charcoal, which makes your water taste much better. So this is only tap water in here, but you kind of get that same taste and texture as if it was bottled water. And what you do with this is you put your tap water in here, you leave it ideally for like 12 hours, so overnight, and stick it in the fridge. So the next day you've got chilled water. Then what I'll do is once I've drank this, I'll move on to something like a Monster and maybe a coffee whilst this is being refilled. So I enjoy this again in the evening while I'm playing COD or something or doing some editing. So I normally get for a couple of these a day. I think it's just shy of a litre. So I probably have about 3 litres a day in terms of coffee, Monster and water. So yeah, or maybe the odd Diet Coke as well. Okay. Anthony's just picked up the 2-week trial and blitzed through the first module. Yeah, I mean, it's you will be. Module 5 unlocks it week 3, okay? And the reason for that is because of coronavirus, I've decided to bring out module 3 sooner during this time rather than you having to wait, because module 3 is where the practical lessons are, okay? But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the content and obviously you're looking for more, so that's fantastic. It will become all available. The modules basically unlock, you get a new module typically every single 4 weeks. It used to be every month. It was too complicated, and I used to do it based on a video per week, but I've actually got rid of that. So now you get a new module, and a module is anywhere from 4 to, well, the new ones are sometimes up to 13 lessons. So some months or some 4-week blocks, you're going to be getting 13 new videos, okay? And it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. The amount of content in there now is just getting extremely vast. So yeah. Michael, how you doing, mate? Connor, morning from Montreal. How you doing? You've been reviewing the Faith and Fury book. Any chance you could take a peek at Black Templar rules and suss out cheeky little combos and how to best run them? I tell you what, let's do that tomorrow. We can look at some. I would like to, would you be able to explain on more detail the ambush markers, how they are deployed? Do you still take turns with your opponent when deploying a unit as such? So if you play ITC, and I think all of the new chapter approved missions, it's you set up your army, I set up my army. So there's no alternating. It's just I go, you go. All right. Now with the ambush markers, you literally put them down any way you want. Okay, as long as you're in your deployment zone, and your opponent can't come within a certain distance in turn 1. All right, so it's kind of like that's actually a nice little ability, by the way, very cheeky. And yeah, so you just literally deploy them as if they were units, but you're not really saying this is where they're going to go. However, what I would do is, if you're new to Gene Stealer Cult, ignore the blips. It's a nice mechanic, but just get good with focus on where your models are going to go first. All right, do that, and then as you understand, okay, yeah, typically I'm putting that unit here, that unit there, that unit here. Otherwise, it's really difficult to visualize. All right, or spend a long time practicing your deployment with the units. Take pictures of it, and then make a little cheat sheet of blips where you're going to put your blips down. So when you deploy, and there's stratagems so you can actually deploy extra blips, there's decoy blips, but that's only ever really going to matter if you go first. And if you go second, you've still got the option to move stuff around. So that's, yeah, it depends. Here we go. So Antoine has said, have you ever seen the rules for the Araeus gunship for Custodes? An interesting model with potential, I suspect. I haven't. Yeah, I don't actually have the Imperial. No, I think actually it's a free download. I think it's a free download. You can just get that on the Warhammer community. I'm sure it's a free download you can get. So yeah, just check it out. Yeah, a Psychic Awakening for me. For the Yanari side, I wanted more, did want a bit more, to be honest. Yeah, I think, yeah, they just needed a little bit more in there. That's what I'd have personally liked, but I mean, they're still pretty playable. I took them to the European Team Champs last year in what is called the WTC now, and yeah, they were still very good there, so it's pretty good. I was annoyed that the only thing I was really gutted about was that they changed the way the Incarn's Warlord trait. So it used to be, I think, extra strength or attack. I think it might have been extra strength, and now you can't take that one. You've got to take another one. So yeah, I was a bit gutted about that. What do you think? What do you think of a Death Guard Dreb span list? They kind of do an Iron Hands and don't take a penalty for moving and shooting. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Might be a nice way to go with them. Yeah, could be a good option. Try it out, test it. That's what I always say: test. Yeah. Got the Gene Stealer starter box and the overkill stuff for my best friend to start with so far. Would you throw in the Teeth and Claw box, but it's hard to get? Honestly, I would just get, pick up a box of Acolyte hybrids, or you need a couple of boxes of those. You could do some cool conversions to get yourself some nice rock saws. The bikes are quite nice. They're really nice models, actually, the bikes. I think I started working on some. I'll show you. So I started to do some painting of the old Gene Stealer Cult. Here's my book. So I was working on a new color scheme for the Primus. So there we have it. Nice little yellow, very simple for the cape, and then some sort of greys for the armor, and then sort of bone sword there, sort of some blues for his skin. So yeah, I just need to put a bit of blood on the other side of the bone sword to match that front side. So I was pretty happy with that. And then obviously the standard sort of Gene Stealer Cult purple on his face. That was all right. Then also did this guy. So this is my Jackal Alphas that I converted up from just a regular bike, and gave him like a cool sniper sword that you get from the Sanctus kit. Because with the Sanctus kit, you get the sniper and you get the blade. So I put this sniper rifle on him as that conversion. So it means I could utilize the kit a bit better. I did most of this with a dry brush. And as you can see, I've got quite a lot of weathering on the go there. So I use like the hairspray technique to do the weathering on the yellow. And then I need to put some more dirt in when I get the base done. I'll do some more kind of, I need some weathering powders to put some more on the bike, stuff like that, really. But yeah, he came out all right, I think. It's all very dirty, grimy look I want for these guys. And then I just made a start on all the other bikes as well, doing the base work. And then the Sanctus, I mean, this one's just black, but you can see that he still looks okay. The sniper rifle's nice, but you know, he's just got the blade arm instead, because you get the couple of options. So he's got that option instead of the sniper rifle, which means I'm just utilizing a bit more of that box, really. Yeah. So this is my box of characters that I'm currently working on. So yeah, pretty happy with them. I just need to sort of chip away, literally, no pun intended, and get them all done. What have we got here? Jack said, just saying, but I'm drinking more water just because you told me. Absolutely. Make sure you're peeing clear by breakfast, by lunchtime even. Pee clear by breakfast, then you're good. Does the mentorship community have a Discord forum, etc.? How active is it, and if has one of you can access it with the trial to see? Yep, it does. We also have a Vanguard Tactics invests in having the premium version of Discord as well. So when we stream games, they're full HD. You can do all the better stuff that you can through having a very supported. Brian will tell us what level we, Brian, on the old Discord channel. And yes, you do get access to that, okay, if you're on the free trial, all right? Which I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to change that soon, so that you only get access to that after the free trial, because we have had some people just kind of sign up and then cancel straight away. And it's just kind of, I don't know whether they had the intention to stay or whatever, but obviously, you know, I want to make sure that, you know, people just got the right it's all about, for me, having the right intentions. That's it. And ensure that, you know, the things that are shared in that community are valued and also respected. And you know, everyone there is a student. We're trying to learn more, and I want people to be able to know that the people they're sharing stuff with and, you know, opening up to and talking to is, you know, that they're going to stay around, right? You don't want to make all these connections with other people if they're then just going to, like, sort of just come on and then no intention to stay at all. So that's not really adding any value to the community, not really adding any value to the course. So yeah, I probably will get rid of that very soon, to be honest. But if you, I mean, I'm not going to do that this week because I just don't have time. So if you do, George, sign up and you've got some good intentions to stick around, then absolutely fantastic. All right. Here we go. What have we got here? So James has said, looking to get into playing White Scars, no experience playing before. I have an Adeptus Astartes Codex and the White Scar supplement just for the lore at the time. What else do I need, ideally, to get started? James, what do you need? So let's have a little look at my White Scars list. I'll throw this at you. Go with it. There's some ideas in here, okay? It's not, I need to test this a little bit more, but it's probably a step in the right direction, which you could get going with, get started with, and yeah. Hang on a minute. Oh dear. Okay, I don't have it. I'm sorry. I must have deleted it to make room. So, James, what would I go for? Incurses, good troop option for you. I would probably go for, so maybe 3 units of 5 Incurses. You're going to want a librarian with a jump pack. You're going to want a chaplain with a jump pack. You're also going to want a captain with a jump pack. And on said jump pack, you probably want Thunderhammer Storm Shield. Probably could just put that, and if you can magnetize his arm, even better, for maybe a Power Fist. So yeah, put those on for now. 3 HQs there. A unit of, oh, you need a Phobos librarian. That's what you need to get 2 librarians, 1 with the jump pack, Phobos 1, and then also maybe 10 Reavers as well. You can do a really some nice tricks with them. And then Assault Centurions are great. White Scars Assault Centurions. So maybe like a big unit of 6 of them Assault Centurions with the what they called Hurricane Bolters for guns. Maybe a lieutenant, potentially. And again, with a jump pack. You could also put a unit of 9 bikes in, because I think bikes and White Scars always got some. Vanguard Vets are good with White Scars. Yeah, got some good options there. Play around with that. If you're going to go for Khan, you need to put him an Impulsor. And if you're going to have an Impulsor, then you can put in, a unit of Intercessors with a Thunderhammer in this with the Sergeant, and then all the guys have the Assault box, the Assault one, so you can move, advance, charge, okay? Or you can run 3 Impulses and 3 squads with that, and then a Primaris Lieutenant, Primaris Khan, and then a Primaris... well, you can put your Phobos Lieutenant in it, your Phobos Librarian in as well. Then you have 3 Impulses up there. That's not bad. That's not a bad start. Get going with that, and then you see how you go on. Outstanding hair. Yep, absolutely. One more thing. What are the must-haves for Space Wolves? Wolfen. Lots of. Yeah. Character Dreadnoughts. Yeah. Chaplain with a jump pack. All characters with a jump pack for Space Wolves, ideally. Unless it's a Dreadnought. I just started building NIDs. I'm trying to go big, dumb creatures, but struggling with HQs other than Swarm Lording, Hive Tyrannic. Yeah. So definitely some Hive Guard. 6 of those. 3 Exocrines. Yeah, we're all good. Prime Marley, it said, how far away from the movement video, sir? Oh, I need to do that as well. I just haven't had the time with this current one I'm working on. And the Grey Knight one. Yeah, I will try and do it, guys. I'm only a few days into my free trial and already decided I'm going to pay for the full year. It's well worth it. Dave, spot on, mate. Thank you very much. Shoot me a message and I'll send you the link. All right. So, yeah, absolutely quality. 30 minutes already. Cheers, man. I'll look into it. How do you feel about the Death Watch update? Is it just a band-aid? I don't know. I need to see the White Dwarf. I haven't got it. I don't think the White Dwarf's out yet, but if it is, let me know. Yeah. I don't like talking about like leaks and rumors. Okay, I like to see it official out. Okay, otherwise we don't know who created it. We don't know if it is real, if it's official, and GW probably don't want it spoken about either, right? I know that if it was in my business, I wouldn't want leaks and rumors kind of spoken about and stuff like that. I can imagine it's extremely annoying for them when it happens. And I just think it's kind of like, something I don't really want to discuss until I see it, obviously all released by them, basically. Okay. So, Thomas, hey, Steve, what are good ways to get active and not stay sitting for extended times? So, Thomas, just literally plan. Get it in your planner when you are going to do exercise. And today I took an hour-long phone call. I caught up with my mate Tom, and I just went for a walk. I left this house, I walked out the front door, and I walked out for about an hour, walked to somewhere, just literally, then got bored, turned around and came back. But I did, during that walk, and the phone gives you an estimate, about 6,000 steps. For me, that has equated... that has equated to about 600 calories burnt. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, Neurophobes are a good HQ. What are your thoughts on Pure Knights competitive? Yeah, they can definitely be Pure Knights can definitely be competitive. I think, especially with the new Psychic Awakening that's around the corner, I think we're going to see a good resurgence of them. How do you feel about aggressors instead of Scents for White Scars? 6 of them, Assault Bolters, crack on. Absolutely. Move. Advance, charge, happy days. Yeah. You love your Gymshark. Yeah, like I said before, guys, I've got 3 of these. It's just, It's lightweight, it's breathable. I just get up in the morning, stick it on if I'm walking, whatever, it's comfortable. So yeah, and it's not too expensive either. It's just a good gym t-shirt basically. White Dwarf has been shipped. Watched online reviews with it in hand. Okay, cool, nice. Well, hopefully if I get one, I'll be able to go for it properly with you guys. And I'm also going to spend some time to, the thing is, the difference is you probably know me by now. I like to practice with things. I like to really go through things methodically. Okay, it's one of the reasons why, it's one of my principles on the mentorship course that I am like passionate about making sure that everything I can try and do, I'll do it properly. Okay, so for me, obviously, as a Deathwatch player, and I had some pretty good success with Deathwatch, run them for a long time. I'm going to put some lists together. I'm going to throw out some different ideas, because if I just pick it up and just go with it without considering the method, the sort of critical method that I have when I go through a codex to write a list, if I don't do that and I just kind of ad hoc do stuff, that's why earlier with the Genie Silicate, I'm reading off my list, because I know I've already gone through those thought processes, because then it's easy for me to go, this is from that, this is from this, that works together with there, we'll bring that in, that's a good counter to that, I'd use that in this situation. So until I've had that time to digest it, to see how it's all going to work together, then yeah, and that's kind of where I like Vanguard Tactics, just be that a little bit different. Okay. Are Inceptors competitive? Yeah, definitely. I mean, they could have some play in, I see Inceptors having play in Ultramarines, definitely. I see them having play in potential Blood Angel builds. Where else would I potentially use them? In Deathwatch, maybe. Again, I want to see if they've got play. I've got 6 ready to go, built. They're not painted, luckily, so I can... Oh, no, actually, they're Ultramarines painted. Anyway, yeah. I can always do a color change, can't I, if needed? But yeah, certainly in those situations, I think they could be good. They could be good in fists as well, Imperial fists, because they get the bolt. They've got the bolter word. So yeah. So Deathwatch is yes, but states that Doctrines stack with special ammunition. I mean, even if Doctrines stack with special ammunition, they're in a good place. I'd love to see a couple new Warlord traits, but actually their Warlord traits in the book are still very good. The way to get CPs back. There's one to get a 6-up Feel No Pain, or a version of it. Yeah. My Blood Angels of 6 Assault Bolt was brilliant. Yeah, definitely. Inceptors in Imperial Fist are pretty good. Yeah, I can see that with fists. Out of all the lists you've made, which army gives you the biggest headache, and which gives you and gets you the most excited? Oh, which one gives me the most or the biggest headache? I mean, the 30 Wolfen list, that's a bit of a nightmare. The Farsight Enclave one, I'm not sure I'd want to face that either. What else have I got in here? I've got a Salamanders list that I would not like to play my Blood Angels into. In my Ultramarines, I definitely wouldn't either. What do I get most, what really am I looking forward to playing, if I could? My Harlequin list. Oh, yes, Harlequins. Yeah, definitely. It's got to be Harlequins. Yeah. I've got some beautiful Harlequins over there that I've actually spent some time to paint the diamonds on. And yeah, they are decent. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry about all this weird lighting effects. I need to, what I'll do is, get rid of that for next time. Have you got any thoughts for Death Guard Psychic Awakening? What would you give them the lift they need apart from a 3-point reduction for Plague Marines? Again, I don't like to guess. I don't like it. And also, I'll be brutally honest, I do not know Death Guard that well at the moment, because I haven't used them on the tabletop. It's not something that I've covered yet on the mentorship program, so I haven't done like my checks. I haven't got any play testing in with them. So I would literally just be kind of making stuff up, and I don't want to do that for you. I think I'd be kind of you probably know more about Death Guard than me at this stage. If that's your army, I just would be insulting your intelligence by saying stuff that, yeah. For me, it's an army that, if you were to ask me why I haven't collected them, and it's probably because I don't like armies that are slow. I like quick, fast-paced armies. But that's what I really enjoy most. I love to be able to move. I love the movement phase. But I mean, that being said, they do operate in all phases of the game, which I do like. Their shooting's all right, and obviously when I do this video, that their psychic's okay. Their movement is just can lack sometimes. I think apart from they got some deep strike, but then you never want to rely on that because then it's easy to zone you out, and then you've got one play and it's easily countered. Yeah. For me, see, I'm not a huge fan of that model aesthetic. I prefer like cleaner lines. So I don't know. I actually really like the old Death Guard models. They looked. I don't like all the gobbly bits coming out of them. I don't like that. I like if it was kind of the aesthetic I wish they'd have gone for. Like, I don't mind like the 3 symboled eye things in the older version where they literally look like they were like post-apocalypse. That was pretty cool in like hazmat suits. Yeah, but I just think they're too bloated. Yeah, again, no pun intended. Noise Marines, could they be viable on Alpha Legion? I tried Emperor's Children Noise Marines, but they are really CP heavy. Yeah, they are. But they can certainly be viable, especially with the pre-move and the being able to pick them up and put them down another turn to get them in range and keep them out of range and stuff. Anyway, guys, look, that's 45 minutes, and these are meant to be 20 minutes, and you keep me here chatting along, and I've got editing to do for you lot. So, I've got a list of videos to make with not enough time to do it, and I better get back to it, eh? Because these videos ain't going to edit themselves. Oh, I wish they did. And I'm actually just now putting in the music to, I found music to match every faction I'm talking about, roughly. Like, it's not perfect, but I think that works quite well. So hopefully when I'm talking about every single faction, there's a bit of thematic music. I've got really good graphs and some images to show you, and all of the graphics are going to be available for you to download as well. Okay, so that's going to be coming out also. So yeah, some good stuff, and I'm doing some cool animations and transitions, and hopefully it should be a really good video. Yeah, color graded it, looks beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, guys, take care, and I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'll try not to be late tomorrow. See you later.